When Overwatch League first got announced on the news, like, oh, this is happening, this is a thing, there was a lot of mixed reactions from the community. What were your guys' reactions?
Skepticism. Skepticism.
And a lot of people thought we were crazy, including some of us ourselves.
A lot of players were scared whether, Overwatch in itself is going to succeed as an esport.
We knew that there was work that needed to be done there.
It felt like, it really felt like Blizzard was putting together something really good.
All of our leadership team have always had this deep, deep belief in this is an incredible sport.
But I didn't know, I wasn't sure. And then what actually did it for me was when I worked the Overwatch World Cup in Australia. I saw the rabid fandom, and I saw that and I was like, okay, I think this could work.
To know that the Overwatch League is the future of competitive entertainment, all you have to do is look at our passionate, creative, and amazing fans who inspire us to be better every day.
The age range, the nationalities, the genders, everybody loves Overwatch in a sense,
I'm kind of glad, that I get to, because I'm also a person with a lot of fire, and I'm happy that we have fans with also a lot of fire.
Even if you have no idea what Overwatch is, or it's the first time you've ever heard of esports, you can't see that passion from the fans and not come away incredibly excited about Overwatch League.
We have a major new announcement to make for Overwatch Esports. We designed Overwatch from the ground up to excel as a competitive game. And now, we're looking for the top players in the world and the team owners who will form the Overwatch League.
I think a lot of people had different opinions about what the best year would be for Overwatch League Season 1. There were numbers with viewership and all that kind of stuff. There was sort of a production quality benchmark that wanted to be, hit, again with expanding to arenas around the world. That was never part of the year one plan as far as I'm aware.
Our plan is to expand the league over time to include additional teams from the Americas, Europe, China, Korea, and the Asia-Pacific region.
The kind of professional scene wasn't really anchored, right? There, career-wise, it didn't seem like it was much of a thing, right? It was a lot of small tournaments, small winnings. So to be able to do this full-time and actually make a decent living was not really an option back then.
It's interesting conceptually to me because I've never seen a league itself formed without a little bit more demand from, the player base, organizations themselves.
It's just not feasible to ask, all these organizations to start up and then immediately be able to do broadcasting from these arenas. That's just a logistical nightmare and a half, right? So I don't think that was ever the plan from the beginning.
You could have some owner fail out or possible financial issues if there isn't enough money coming into the league. Perhaps if Blizzard fails to deliver on promises to do revenue sharing perhaps, or potentially the game collapses in some way soon if Overwatch isn't as big of a success as Blizzard would like it to be.
And it's dangerous. I don't want massive venture capital firms, their first experience, getting burned for 20 mil. They're never coming back to this. But everything about this is wrong. It's too expensive. The game isn't attracting a hardcore audience. The money is too much for startups. So Blizzard have a huge responsibility on their shoulders, and I wish they could see a little bit further than just we want to get ours.
It's crazy. I was watching Overwatch League since the beginning on my Xbox and on my phone, so to be here is just crazy.
Yeah, it's the first esport I've really followed.
This is the first one.
Yeah, it's a huge following.
And they've done such a good job of opening it up to everybody.
Yeah.
So it's made it real easy to follow as well.
Self-destruct comes in, and it's going to be 3! That's our Poco! I can't.
We've been fans since I pre-ordered the game, so I've been a fan of Overwatch for the whole time, and we were really excited when we heard of the Overwatch League.
I don't think he's going to get away from that one. Oh, through that! Carpe threads the needle!
Calvin, I'm from Groton, Connecticut.
I'm Cynthia from Philadelphia. I'm ready to be sitting here all night if we need to see Philadelphia win.
And he's going to give another one to Birdring. Carpe with the Doom Fist. The crazy thing coming out, another one for Nuss, and Sato takes on gesture.
I'm very happy. I enjoy watching it. I follow regular sports as well, and they've done such a great job of making it so similar that it's really enjoyable to watch. Like, I find myself watching the extra content. We watch reruns, you know.
The highlights are awesome.
Well, what got me into Overwatch in general was my friend James. He told me about it, and I wasn't really into video games, so you know, when I got my Xbox, I got Overwatch, and I just loved it so much. So that's how we got into Overwatch League, because I saw the thing. It's like, I'll give it a shot, and then it was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
I was in the Starbucks just down the street from my house, and I walk in, and there's this mom and her daughter there, and they're wearing different uniforms, or not uniforms, they're wearing different esports apparel. Like her mom is wearing Gladiator stuff, the daughter's wearing Houston Outlaws stuff. So I talked to them, and both of them were like really into the league. This woman in her, I'm guessing like mid-40s or something, and then her daughter was probably, I think, like in high school. And both were very knowledgeable about their teams. They knew all the players. They knew the heroes the players were good at. And like hearing this like middle-aged woman being like, oh yeah, well Surefour's Widowmaker is gonna make a big difference. And I'm like, I've never heard like someone in that demographic, be so knowledgeable and so enthusiastic about an esports team before.
Dave from Connecticut.
Wilson from Connecticut.
I'm Emerson Madden from Connecticut.
And Charlene from Connecticut, but I'm originally from England.
London Spitfire. You got
I know, but I'm Philly. I read the story of EQO and was just really touched by everything that's gone on in his life, and so had to be a Philly fan because I was so rooting for EQO.
We're from Israel.
Yep.
All the way back from Israel.
Came all the way back from Israel.
Yeah. Rooting for EQO,
Yep.
Representing Israel.
EQO! Let's go! Let's go!
Pop up EQO! Fuck Jim.
I'm happy that this opportunity, came to mind, because when you're not put, in like the worst position possible, then it's kind of like hard, to understand like what do you need to change. And this definitely like helped me, grow as a person and like as a teammate. And I just appreciate like how valuable this was.
The thing that I love most about our fans are the signs. You just don't get that in other events, man. Like, you don't really get the amount of signs that we get. It's insane. We get, these aren't just like poster boards with like, oh my God, I love this person. No, it's not that. Like, these people think about what they want to do. Yeah. They bring it out. Some of them come from across the country to go to the Blizzard Arena, and they have these elaborate signs.
Yeah, the OWL fans definitely have that sign game on fleek, as the kids would say, right?
See if they can unleash the dragon. What am I actually? Oh, thank you. How sweet.
I remember when we saw the sign that said, I think it was Let Torb Wall Run, and one of the animators who was there while we were watching, I was sitting at my desk, he had whipped something up, and we look at it, and they're like, hey, should we send this over? And they're like, yeah, I think we can do a video of this super quick. Send it over, and then immediately you get that direct engagement.
And here's the man wall running! He has a katana, too.
But so much of what I take from Season 1 is that there were all these stories that occurred within the course of the season that have become part of the Overwatch world, right? Everybody was rooting for Shanghai to get their win. And then there were incredible individual stories like Mickey being such a big personality, or, nicknames being created for Big Boss Pine.
Change the point back over to
It's gonna kill everybody.
Oh! Okay. Pine, Big Boss Pine is on the scene.
One of the great stories and one of the great accomplishments of Season 1, I think, has been introducing this crop of the best Overwatch players in the world to fans all over the place. All that we've said to our players is, look, you're now, you're a role model, and you're a public figure, and we want them to be thoughtful about the image that they're crafting and how they present themselves and grow their personal brand.
I work in New York, so I really should be a New York fan, but I'm a huge Poco fan because his diva bombs are insane. So I started following Philly because Poco's on the Philly team, and then he started following, Philly as well. So
my girlfriend's from Philly. She'd kill me if I didn't root for Philly.
I mean, I love Neptuno. He's my favorite. He's the best Mercy in the league, in my opinion. And I just love him and his box.
I specifically got into Overwatch because I played the game more than I do other esports, but when I found out that there was an openly gay player in the league, then like Houston it went from there.
So this entire idea of geolocalization for these teams is definitely something that's very ambitious and new, but as far as I'm concerned, when we brought our players to Philadelphia and we saw like tons and tons of people show up, kind of confirmed that this was going to be like a really big
for us on the dev team, one of our core values is inclusivity and diversity of audience.
And as a league, we're really focused on bringing diversity to esports competitions. We have a long way to go on this. It's something that's very important to us, but we're focused on making sure that we're building the Overwatch League to be a league that's inclusive, a league that everybody feels they can be a part of our community, and a league where gamers around the world feel that it's truly a destination for them, no matter who they are and where they're from.
Thank you to the fans. Thank you to the people who are engaging with Overwatch as not just an esport, but just with their fandom in any way, whether it's just being a fan of the universe or linear content, even if all you did was, buy your t-shirt or buy a hat because you love these particular characters. We love it, and we totally recognize the trust that you've placed in us for this universe that you love, and we got some amazing stuff planned, so we're excited to keep doing that.